In the upper right, losing that first game. He mech'd and mech'd well, but didn't transition out of it properly. Got to keep those siege tanks alive. He is. There's Hack now. And in the bottom left starting location, we have our other Terran player playing brilliantly with that beautiful Marine Marauder medevac switch into Sky Terran to close this out with a win. He is
AGIM Happy.
Happy looks like he's going to go in for Command Center first again.
Not a shocker there.
He's liking that.
Well, he's so orthodox.
He is.
You know,
he is orthodox.
You don't really see crazy plays from Happy. He's like, no, this is. He's like Hydra.
Kind of, yeah.
You know, it's like Hydra's like, well, no, I just. Why would I cheese? I want to play a long game.
When you're really solid at those long games, man, that gives you a huge amount of skill. Hack, though, he is going for that gas. So Hack's kind of staying with his style where he's more liable to switch it up and try to mess you up early. Now, can he do a better job than last game, though? That's the question.
Well, we will see.
Because even though he killed off a handful of SCVs, it was a little bit lacking. I felt like he could have done a little bit more with that.
All right. Well, this game is starting to look a lot like game number 1 here. I mean, as you said, it's just a situation where I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if it's gonna be a tech switch here, but that's gonna cost him the game if Hack loses. But yeah.
We'll see what he's got planned for this. Hack actually getting a reactor right away on his barracks. That's interesting. Looks like he's going to go into a command center from here. But Happy, instead of throwing up the extra 2 barracks this time, getting a gas and now a second gas. So, it looks like he is going to tech up a lot quicker than last game.
All right, 1 bunker on the low ground here. So these games not as similar.
Happy doesn't. He does see it. He sees that.
He's just not reacting.
He's a little bit more afraid of it than he really needs to be. There's only a couple Marines down there, and this could be highly annoying for him. This is at least going to keep him in his base for a little bit because
we don't really see this strat very much.
No, this.
I suppose if the guy goes command center first, I guess this would work though.
I feel like it shouldn't have worked because they both had 1 Marine at a similar time. He could have went down with like 3 SCVs and a Marine, and then the second Marine and cleaned that up. All you have to do is kill the SCV and then run away.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of weird, but now Happy's going to be stuck up his base for a little bit. And in fact, he's going up for a reactor on this barracks. Will he? Okay, no, he's going to go right into the starport. Thought he might go for reactor telling and just run past, but even something like that, I'd be a little bit.
It's kind of a neat little strat here from Hack. I mean, he starts out the build looking a certain way, and then he just twists it and says, "Well, now I'm going to be ahead economically."
Yeah, I guess so. And in fact, he's gone and followed this up with 2 command centers.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I think Happy is trying to figure out, well, how do I actually stop this?
Well, that's how.
That's just annoying. Oh, you can see he was trying to.
I like that. That was a really cute move. Spot the vision real quick, let your Marines shoot back. And in fact, Happy's going for a siege tank. That's how he's going to...
Honestly, I think it's probably just better off if he actually just keeps repairing that bunker until the siege tank's out. And then,
yeah, why not? It doesn't really cost that much. And you're really stalling out the mining there.
Yeah.
Which is making all those SCVs in the main kind of inefficient.
I mean, Happy's mineral patches are already super saturated.
Yeah, he's got quite a few there. He definitely would prefer to spread some of those out to the natural. Well, siege mode is on the way. He's getting Vikings as well. And with that siege tank, I think we're going to see this bunker thrown away very shortly.
Very nicely done, right before it's managed to be killed off.
Good move by Hack.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Let's see where he takes it from here. I feel like Hack was a little bit sloppy in game 1.
Yeah, a little bit. Now, Happy,
even with his SCV production. Sorry, go ahead.
Happy is, again, not really high up on SCVs. Of course, Hack has that third command center, which is really going to help out. Look at that scan he just did. No, he didn't see the third command, so he's not completely sure what's going on.
Now, I wonder, to some degree, since Siege Mode's almost done, can he actually do some kind of a push here? You know, it seems like if you add everything together, he could.
Yeah, with 2 siege tanks out already with Siege Mode, it looks like he wants to. But Hack is holding that high ground very smartly and has Siege Mode on the way for himself as well. So as soon as that's done, this attack can't work
I don't even think he can destroy the rocks in time.
No,
to get up there.
Really. I mean, he's going to walk around to the side, but how much damage is really going to be done here? I don't think very much at all.
I guess he could siege up and on the side of the base and then hit depots and stuff like that. All right. As you can see now, Happy on the run.
Yeah, and I think...
Surprised, actually, Happy's going in once again.
And looks like both players trying to snipe each other's Vikings.
Uh-oh. All right, so now Happy's definitely going to have to retreat. Nice defense there by Hack.
In the meantime, Happy is throwing up his third command center. Hasn't chosen his Techer yet. There you go. Happy getting Blue Flame. That means he's going to be going for mech this game. And so the tables have turned. Hack this game has thrown up a couple more Raxes, and he'll be going bio against the mech of Happy. And I feel like these suit these players a little bit better. It's like before they were wearing each other's shoes. A little bit tight on Happy, his bigger feet. A little bit loose on Hack, his smaller feet. But now they said, you know what? Let's wear our own shoes.
That's exactly what it's like. If you were wearing shoes that are not your size, that is so painful.
It is tasteless. Once when I was a little kid, there were these Transformer shoes. They had Transformer holograms on them.
Oh, sick.
And my mom's like, how do they feel? I was like, good.
Oh,
because I
know what you're talking about.
And within one day, I was like, I'm sorry. They don't fit. They hurt.
I know exactly what you're talking about. You're like, they're so cool. I have to have them.
Transformers.
You're like, oh, I guess my feet are pretty important. I guess that's why when they torture people, they oftentimes use the feet.
Yep. All right. So, Hack actually adding a second fact already. Huh, that's kind of interesting. That's a really quick second fact.
It's a way to sort of compete with a mech guy, get enough siege tanks up.
I like this kind of because, you know what, if he can produce a decent amount of Marauders to go with 2 factory siege tank, he can actually, have some map control and a similar siege tank count. And when you have a similar siege tank count to mech, that makes it a lot harder. Your contains are so much harder to break. You know, when you have like half the siege tanks of your opponent, or even less, which oftentimes happens in Bio against mech, the mech player is going to break through there a lot easier. So
sure.
I really like this idea by Hack.
You know, we've noticed that Happy's actually landed a lot of additional depots.
Yeah.
Is that intentional? Do you know of any like mid-late game build orders where it's like, and now you don't scan, you land a depot, or is he just forgetting?
You know what? I think he's probably forgetting, but if you look at what a mule actually does, if you're going to play a super long game where the map is literally going to go mined out and stuff, the more depots that you landed, the better. Because the mules, they eat up the minerals quicker on your side of the map, and not only do you get a free depot, not only do you not eat up those minerals by using the drop supply, but it also saves you 100 minerals in the long term.
That's true. So, and one SCV not having this come up working.
To truly answer your question, Cases, I think that he just missed depots.
Yeah.
I don't think he's planning for something like that, especially since he's being so aggressive.
150 supply, I land a depot.
Yeah, I don't think that's
someday the Starcraft 2 might be that big.
No, you know what? He keeps doing it. So maybe Happy is like the greatest, smartest person ever.
Maybe, man. Yeah, he's done it 2 more times now.
Yeah. And the other thing you have to realize is that you don't need minerals with mech very much. You really don't. So it's kind of cool.
This is some high-end stuff, guys. I asked the best questions.
That was a good question, Cases.
All right. He's going to lose these Vikings over here. He might even be able to cut off Hack. Hack is out of position.
Hack now deciding what is he going to do here. He's going to give up that base and go for a little counterattack. And, well, let's see what the counterattack can actually do here. He's going to do a lot, it looks like. Happy Happy going to be in a little bit of trouble.
You know, all he has to do is get up by those factories,
Yeah.
and Hack can win this.
He definitely can. In fact, he's going to take down a few depots.
Now, meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Happy is tearing through here. Actually, no, Happy's now turning around. What is
Hack has too many siege tanks, and in fact, down go all these add-ons, and he might target down these depots. Oh God!
my
there they go.
God!
Want to watch someone get supply blocked? Oh boy, that is pretty painful. Happy with his awesome strategy here.
Well, he should have just turned around right away.
I think he didn't realize how many siege tanks Hack actually committed to.
When you look at it, none of these units, Marines and Marauders, have a ton of hit points. They die almost immediately, but still, he knocked Happy back into the Stone Age. Now, Hack is moving out with his siege tanks and Thor and a few Marines.
If he can siege up that third base, this game might be over. I mean, it's going to be so powerful, almost impossible for Happy to break through. In fact, it's 10 siege tanks for Hack, 12 for Happy. So being ahead only 2 siege tanks is so unbelievably rough.
All right, he's almost in range. His hand has been tipped, though. He needs to get those siege tanks over there right away.
And it looks like we are going to have Happy siege up.
Oh, he's just going to go for it. He couldn't even land his Vikings here. Oh, man, overextending his siege tanks there, too. Hack's going to turn around now. Not willing to make the same mistake that Happy did.
Very peculiar game.
Not our cleanest game, Artosis.
He's dropped a lot fewer mules. Many fewer? I don't know. Far lesser.
Far lesser, indeed.
Far lesser mules than he normally would have because of all those supply drops. So even though he might have a hard time getting a 4th base as quickly, he's not going to mine out as quickly either. So he's still going to have a reasonable income, one equal to Hack's.
All right, looks like Hack is backing up now. Nope, excuse me. Well, Hack seems a little bit indecisive. He's just outside now, going to the watchtower. I think Hack wants to end this. I don't know if Hack can end this right now.
Yeah, I don't think he actually can, to be honest. He is trying to go for a little drop here in the natural. Looks like it will be foiled by that missile turret. Only 3 units getting out. We'll kill off a few
taken out quite easily here.
Yeah. Well, those are Hellions. Those aren't going to kill those Marauders.
No, man.
Don't be silly.
Those Hellions are like Daenerys in Game of Thrones.
Is that right?
Yeah, man, she can't be
Fireproof?
burned. Yeah. All right.
They control dragons.
Yeah, Marauders control dragons. All right, he's coming out here now.
Tanking damage with a Thor. Very nice move there. And in fact, closing in and down with the point defense drones as well as a lot of siege tanks.
Maybe overextending a little bit here.
Maybe slightly, but I love that move he just
he's going
did.
to inch up here with the tanks. That's what he needs to do.
Oh God, yes. He is just getting so far ahead. And Happy is, Happy's, even though the supply is still very close, Happy's in a bad spot right now. If Hack had a 4th base already mining, I would say this is his game.
Land the Vikings on the siege tanks.
Yeah, that would actually be really good right now. You're completely right on that. There's actually no Marines and Marauders there to help out.
All right, reinforcements are coming in here. I think he just realized, wait a minute, I can kill all these Vikings? Or medevacs, actually?
Doesn't quite get them all. But he does need to land on those siege tanks.
Oh, this
I'm actually
driving me
dying
crazy,
for that.
man.
He has to. He thinks that there's something else over there.
I know, like.
Well, it looks like he's just going to siege tank push the tanks because they don't have the proper vision.
I guess that's an old-fashioned way to do it.
Yeah. Well, he's turtled up pretty well. Hack is going to max out, but if Hack continues to be aggressive, I feel like Happy may have stopped the aggression train.
I think Hack might be convinced that Happy is much more behind than he actually is. Oh, there we go.
Does land that, and he will clean it all up.
Really nicely done.
Yeah. Does lose actually a few more Vikings.
Drop in the main here.
Oh God, that is a big drop indeed. Has a siege tank up there already, which definitely will help out. He's got to bring a lot more units back.
All right, has Hack overextended. We're going to see soon here. He's going for the tech lab. But again, all these units are going to be cleaned up. The Viking now hitting the medevac here. A lot of SCVs being taken out here. The siege tanks are going to be destroyed here by the Marauders with ease.
And it looks like Hack has overdone it here. He's He's basically killed Happy. Happy is contained. He's lost too many units. He's at 100 supply. He's lost just far too many expensive gas.
I think we're going to have to go on to game number 3, Artosis.
Yeah, it does look like it. Very strong play here by Hack. I really like the type of style he tried to use here. You know, a lot of siege tanks, and that really threw Happy off.
Yeah, I think it messed with the kind of tempo he was expecting to have in this game.
And especially when, you know, Happy went up to attack that third base of Hack. When Hack got in there, killed those depots off, killed the add-ons. Just way too rough. And look at that. Going to kill off 4 siege tanks for a very small amount.
You can see Hack is being very careful here. He knows he's won this pretty much.
Yeah,
he's making no mistakes. I think Happy is probably just trying anything in his power to stay alive, hoping Hack will overextend. Hack was sloppy in game number 1. He is not in game number 2.
You know, it's a good way to try to come back with mech. You try to just wait for them to accidentally overextend, but this game, it might be slightly impossible. You know, he does have the Banshee. I like that. He's going to be able to push forward a lot more easily.
Now you can get a lot of siege tanks with this Banshee here.
Yeah. But Hack's adding a couple Thors, and that's exactly what you want to do in this situation.
And from there, he could probably just come in here and smash Happy.
Yeah. And, you know, he is starting to mine from additional bases. He's got his 4th up. He's taking his 5th right this moment, making planetaries there even to make sure the harassment is minimized. And his economy plus his huge supply lead is going to be something that Happy really doesn't have any way to overcome, especially since they have basically the same amount of siege tanks, 10 against 11, with Happy just slightly in the lead.
All right, Hack with complete map control here. It's almost like he's just waiting for Happy to come out in some desperation attempt. Whoa! Really? All right, he's going to attack like this. I mean, yeah, that's happening. Okay. That was a very strange place to attack there. I don't know if he had vision of the 2 command centers over there, but yeah.
Still, I mean, he's continuing to apply the pressure, and all Happy's doing, he is trying to remax here. He's getting a lot of tanks, a lot of Hellions, keeping his Viking count up a little bit, but he has to be very careful. A lot of them are low health, and those Thors can kill him very quickly.
All right, the Medivac's coming in over here. I think Happy's losing his patience. He wants to end this. The Vikings hitting these Medivacs, but they do manage to get all of the Marines and Marauders out there. Meanwhile, hitting the front over here, I think we're going to see GG in a second here. There it is.
All right. Good play there by Hack. Happy just having a few too many holes this game.
Well, I think it's anybody's game at this point in time. Happy did play pretty sloppy. It all came down to that one point in time when the counterattack occurred.
Yeah.
Happy was just frozen.
Yeah, he thought that he could just go ahead and kill off Hack while defending at home, but the fact of the matter was, Hack had way too many siege tanks. You can't break that many siege tanks with that little podunk army he had. So, you know, he should have withdrawn a little bit quicker. And
yeah,
unfortunately, he didn't have the defense at home to prevent that ridiculous amount of damage that Hack's little counterattack did.
Well, we're going to go on to game number 3 here. The map that Happy elects to play on is Entombed Valley. Not a shocker for Happy. That's totally like, do you like standard play? We'll give you a standard map.
If you want a map where you can get 3 bases easily, Happy, I think Happy's almost 99% chance going mech here.
There's a coach in there rubbing his shoulders.
You want to talk about a map that's good to go mech on TBT, let's talk about Entombed Valley.
Yeah. Entombed Valley is
sit on the high ground with a row of siege tanks. Hack's not going to break that.
The question, though, is how is Hack going to play? Is he going to go mech? Will he go for bio, Marine siege tank?
I don't know. He's shown that he can do both here. Even though he did lose that first game with mech. The fact that he's willing to go mech sometimes, you know, that makes it a lot harder for his opponent to play against him. You know, you play against a player like Polt, you're like, Polt, you're never going to go mech. I don't even have to worry about it. I will not see blue flame Hellions from you. I do not have to even consider it. And that can help out, but Happy's going to have to watch out for everything because he could cheese, he could go for a macro game, could go bio, could go mech. It's hard to say.
You know, honestly, if I were Hack, I might actually cheese in this situation.
I might proxy or racks because so far Happy has gone for command center twice.
Exactly. I mean, you could punish that.
Yeah. And Hack he won't hesitate to do something like that.
No, he's more flexible than I think Happy
is. In fact, I think he got knocked out of he got knocked into the up and down matches, I believe, by Squirtle, I want to say, and he was like even double proxy raxing him, and He doesn't care, man. He'll try anything.
He don't care.
He's a keen.
Yeah, man.
He's like
all
Keen,
I want to
actually.
do is win, man. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care if you like me. All right, guys. We got Hack versus Happy. The winner goes on to face Symbol in the upper matches for the GSL.